The PlayStation 1 back in the day had some incredible RPGs, with developers being able to harness the power of the new hardware, giving their games a serious upgrade in terms of graphics. With a lot of studios blending together the newly introduced 3D graphics with the tried and true 2D sprites. This graphical upgrade was right alongside significantly better music with the use of the new CD technology. This led to some very innovative RPGs, including, of course, but not limited to, Final Fantasy 7 and 8, and Suikoden 1 and 2. And one of my favorite RPGs from the PlayStation 1 era, and one of my favorite action RPGs of all time to this day, has got to be Alundra. Yet sadly, this game just doesn't quite get the love and respect that it truly deserves. So today I thought we'd go over my thoughts on Matrix Software's 1997 release, and see if maybe this is a game that you should check out for yourself. You begin your journey as the title character, sailing on a ship heading towards a mysterious village called Inoa. After being visited in a dream by a spirit calling you the Releaser, and that you must save the people of Inoa from an evil force. Soon after, your ship is torn in half by a violent storm, and you wash up unconscious on the beach of Inoa. You are then discovered by a friendly local named Jess, who drags your scurvy-riddled ass all the way back to his house in order to save your life. And after regaining your consciousness and venturing out into the village, you quickly learn that you have the ability to enter into people's dreams, attempting to defeat the evil that has trapped them within their dream and subsequently saving their lives. Now, in keeping with the obvious Zelda inspirations, these dreams or nightmares that you enter act as the dungeons, where you'll have to defeat enemies, solve puzzles, and then fight a boss who is the entity controlling the nightmare. And of course, if you get yourself killed within these dreams, well, you're going to get yourself full-on Freddy Krueger like some good-for-nothing teen in Nightmare on Elm Street. And the graphics are very well done, with some really beautiful world design of multiple environments, including creepy manors, crypts, swamps, graveyards, and caves. Throughout all of which you'll be able to collect health and currency used for purchasing new items in the shop. Now the currency are these different sized coins that you'll obtain pretty frequently, and the health is the diamond-shaped items. You'll pick these up off of fallen enemies and just from good old-fashioned grass cutting. Again, very much like Zelda. And what really struck out to me is just the eeriness that these visuals give off, with the lighting, the music, and how the village and its surrounding areas are laid out. Everything just gives off the impression of playing through a horror novel or something. And these visuals may serve up some nostalgia for the Sega Genesis crowd, because the members of the same team that developed Alundra have previously worked on the Landstalker and Shining Force games, both of which are of course excellent 16-bit RPGs, well worth a playthrough as well. And as good as the visuals look, they mean absolutely nothing if the gameplay sucks, but have no fear because Alundra's gameplay is truly fantastic. With a wide array of weapons at your disposal that you'll discover or earn throughout your playthrough, ranging from the dagger that you begin with, to flails, swords, magical wands, and bows. You'll obtain more than enough weapons to keep things fresh and interesting, along with a wide assortment of items and support weapons. And of course with the inclusion of defensive gear such as armor and boots. With the ability to sprint and jump in order to evade attacks, or to claim out-of-reach items, the gameplay is very reminiscent of action RPGs of the past, but with a more refined structure and a higher attention to detail and fluidity. And with the action being very smooth and quick, especially for a 2D action RPG, it definitely takes advantage of the PlayStation 1's processing speed. With the action fast and aggressive, leading to a super fun and addictive fighting style. Throughout your playthrough, you'll also be introduced to some very interesting and well laid out puzzles, ranging from fairly simple to really challenging. And this is, of course, when I first played this game, it was well before you're able to look up anything on the internet as far as puzzle solutions, so it was literally hours and hours and hours of gameplay time just focused on finding out some of these puzzles and, how to complete them. So thankfully, if you play through this now, you can quickly look something up on GameFAQs or IGN. It'll make it much quicker. And all this also brings to mind the gameplay featured in something like Illusion of Gaia, which is another one of my favorite RPGs, and of course is another fantastic action RPG on the Super Nintendo from the Soul Blazer series, including Soul Blazer and Terranigma. Now the music is of course also top-notch as well, with a soundtrack that complements the eerie visuals and action. The music that plays during the nightmare sequences, for example, reminds me of something straight out of Castlevania's Symphony of the Night. And this is thanks to composer Kohei Tanaka. Hopefully I said his name right. If I didn't, I do apologize. And this is someone who has done countless scores for film, anime, and video games alike. Some of these include the music for anime such as Dragon Ball and One Piece. All in all, Alundra is a must-play for any fan of action RPGs, retro games, or anyone that wants to get into the backlog of old PlayStation 1 games. Taking the best aspects from Zelda, Illusion of Gaia, and Landstalker, blending them all together to create a fantastic experience. Sadly though, Alundra has never seen a modern re-release, and physical copies go for a fairly high price nowadays. I bought this disc copy with no case years ago for around $20 online, but from what I've seen lately, the disc with case goes for nearly $200. So your only option may be to emulate, unless you want to shell out the extra cash to play on original hardware. Or as I brought up in a previous video, this game would make the perfect re-release for the Nintendo Switch. I mean, playing this game in handheld would be such a great experience. But what do you guys think? Is Alundra a game that you've experienced before? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? Or is this a game that you're just now hearing about? Let me know in the comments below. Go ahead and, of course, click that like and subscribe button. It would definitely help out a lot. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.